Welcome to Anxiety Pool.
Now you have a friend in the diamond business.
The Shane Company in Gwinnett, Marietta, and Kennesaw. Open Monday through Friday till 8 and Saturday through Sunday till 5.
Not sponsored.
Not
Episode 6,
sponsored.
hello.
Not sponsored. Check them online, though. Shaneco.com.
At ShaneCode.
At Shaneco.com.
Hope everybody's doing well. Nicholas, how was your week?
My weekend, God. It's been long, man. Both of our weeks have been long. I know.
Hectic.
I just, Monday through Friday, another blurred work week, just praying for the weekend. And then, I wanted to talk about this, kind of like that social introverty shit.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, my uncle was talking to me, telling me how, like, because I've been, like, down in the gutter and shit like that for a while. And he kind of told me that I need to make it a duty to create my own happiness. Like, have shit to do, not just, like, go home all the time. So I did that this weekend. I went to go see my brother at college, and I spent the night in his dorm, and I partied with some children. But
I love you, brother.
yeah, Mitchell's great.
We should definitely have him on the podcast at some point.
we could. He's a little special, but we could.
His shitty headset microphone.
Yeah. And where was I going with that? I feel like I killed the thought. Oh no. Oh,
damn.
So I had these plans. I went out, I did that, I hung out with him, and then we saw our grandparents for lunch today. And I get home Sunday at 5 p.m. And it's like, as soon as I walk through the door, I'm exhausted mentally, and I feel like I've wasted an entire weekend. It's like guilty. Like I should have been home doing what I wanted to do, which was sit here and do nothing.
Did you not have a good time?
I had an okay time. It just wasn't like it's hard to get excited about things now.
So you saying it was an unsatisfying weekend?
I have a lot of unsatisfying experiences, and I don't know how to change that.
Well, happiness is entirely a mindset.
Yeah, I feel that, but
It's entirely perspective based.
I hear you.
If you approach every situation in a negative manner, it'll always be bad.
Well, that's the thing. I didn't approach it in a negative manner because I made the plans to go up there, and like I was excited at first, and like the first hour and a half, I was having a good time, and then after that, it's like the vibe died like immediately.
What happened?
Well, we all did gummies. We all hit the weed pen, and then we started drinking, and like 2 hours in, everybody just got like super bummed for no reason. And I felt terrible because I thought I was the one killing the vibe, and I was just like standing there having a good time.
Yeah, I don't know why you would assume that you would be the one killing the vibe if you're just chilling having a good time. Unless you specifically said or did something that they reacted in a way that made you feel as if you killed the vibe.
Nah, I didn't do anything.
It's just like out of nowhere, everybody just got real sad out of nowhere.
Yeah, because we wanted to do something. Like we wanted to go out and like leave the dorm and like go walk town square or whatever and like look at the Christmas lights while we were all blasted. But like every time I brought it up, everyone would just get like really quiet. Every time Mitchell brought it up, everyone would just get like really quiet. Like we kept agreeing we were gonna leave, and then it just like never happened. And we sat in a fucking 5x4 dorm room for 5 hours straight, faded.
Yeah, see, I don't know. I would have did you want to go do that?
Yeah, I would have loved to go do that.
Then I would have stood up and said, all right, look, are we fucking going or what?
That's what I ended up doing at like 11 o'clock. I stood up instead of I was sitting down the whole time. I stood up and I was like, okay, well, if we're not going to do anything, go ahead and give me the air mattress because I'm going to go to bed. And like no one said anything, and they just handed me the air mattress.
That just sounds weird. Why wouldn't they fucking?
Like I couldn't tell if it was cuz after I went to bed, they stayed up for like another hour. And I asked my brother this morning. I was like, "Did you guys end up doing anything?" And he goes, "No, not really." And I'm like, "Well, what the fuck was like the whole point of
Yeah, that just sounds really lame.
it was really lame. Like I enjoyed seeing my brother and I enjoyed seeing him really inebriated and under the influence, but everybody else was just like way too chill about it. Like they were complaining that the weed gummies were making them tired. And I'm like, that's because we're just fucking sitting here not doing anything.
Right? Yeah.
We
If you
need
just
to do
get it,
something.
if you just give into it, you'll pass out.
Yeah, because that's my thing. It's like as soon as I get high, I'm used to the feeling of just relaxation. Like
Mhm.
I don't smoke to like go do things for the most part. I always smoke to relax or to go to sleep. So the only way to get me out of that mindset is to distract myself. I either need to be doing something or someone has to be talking to me. If I'm not doing anything that I'm really interested in or no one's talking to me, dude, I'll pass out in like 10 minutes. It's not like it's
Yeah.
not good, but
Yeah. Me
it's
too.
something I appreciate though because if I were to do that and it were to keep me up for like way too long, I'd just be pissed off and I wouldn't want to do it.
Right.
I I don't know, man. It's like the whole night last night was a really weird vibe.
You know, I mean, I have the same problem, but I don't know. I don't stop, especially if there's people around me. Like if I'm sitting here playing games with you and Mercy and I'm baked and then you guys get off and I have nothing to do, I'll just get really fucking tired and go to bed.
Yeah, like I
You know,
can't I
it could be
can't
10:30.
yeah, I can't keep myself awake. I can't keep myself interested. Like I need
Yeah.
I have to have I have to be grouped with a very social like if I'm going out and getting fucked up, everybody else has to be in that mindset and understand like we're going out. I don't want to get fucked
Yeah.
up and like stay in someone's basement, but like that's with you. With you, that's something entirely different because that's just us chilling. Like even
Well,
if
we do stuff.
well,
We don't
yeah,
just
yeah, yeah.
sit there.
Yeah,
We
well,
fucking
even if the goal is to get fucked up in your basement, we still do something. That's what I'm getting at.
no.
It's just
Because just sitting there and getting high. I mean, that's some shit that like addicts do.
it's
They just
boring
get
and
high.
it's a waste.
Yeah, you just sit there and just fucking get high. Like, okay, cool. That's what depressed people do. You
Well,
know, they
yeah, I
just
was at a college.
they get really fucking high and they just sit there or lay in their bed.
Mm,
Like that's not what these drugs are supposed to be used for.
yeah,
Sure, you can if you want to veg out once in a while, that's fine, but it shouldn't be an everyday thing.
yeah.
Like as soon as you get your hands on weed, you smoke up and then just fucking lay in your bed and watch YouTube videos for 7 hours. You gotta be productive. That's my favorite part. Like when I was finally able to smoke a shitload of weed, you know, because I'm high basically 24/7, but I'm still able to be productive on it. Maybe it's because my tolerance, but you know, I'll still get high to the point where like I'm high. It's not like my tolerance is so high that I don't get high. Man, that was a lot of high.
Yeah,
It was like 5 times then. But yeah, when I got to the point where I could function on it, yeah, it's great. Just stoned all the time, but I can fully tackle and accomplish a task in front of me.
yeah.
I think that's mainly willpower. I think it's all willpower based. Maybe Mitchell and his little buddy just don't have enough willpower.
I mean, Mitchell was ready to go. Mitchell wanted to go.
Then why the fuck didn't you get him up? I would have picked his ass up.
I don't.
Wait, so the one other guy that was there didn't want to go?
So it was me, Mitchell, and then three of his friends. Two of them being his suite mates, and then one being like a chick that one of his suite mates was fucking, but they weren't dating, and there was a very weird dynamic that I didn't understand. I don't
So
know.
like just random motherfuckers. I would have just picked up
Yeah,
my
pretty
brother
much.
and left. I would have
Yeah.
picked up Mitchell and been like, all right, Mitchell, let's go, dude. These fucking squares can chill here.
Yeah, I mean, like that. Of course, that was a thought, but I don't like just bailing on people after they like agreed to hang out with us, which is kind
Who
of
gives
weird.
a fuck?
I don't know,
You
man.
made an agreement that you were gonna go out and do all this shit. You guys had made these plans, and then they're the ones bailing. If anybody's bailing, they're the ones bailing. You're going to do what was initially planned, and who gives a fuck? Number one,
My anxiety,
about them. Why?
guilt. I always feel guilty.
You'll probably never see those people again.
I hope not. They're cool people. When talking to them sober, I didn't mind them at all.
Okay.
But like as soon as we hit that like fucked up point, like everybody got like super quiet and just started sitting on their phones. And I was like, man, what the fuck? These children, dude.
Yeah, youngins.
That could have just been it. Like they were super. What are we, millennials, Gen Z? What are we?
We're technically Gen Z.
So
Because millennials, I think, is 96.
okay, so
I think. Let me look.
I was about to say I can't remember. Like every time someone brings it up, I have like no idea where I fit in, even though I'm told all the time.
Yeah, anyone born between 96 and the early mid 2000s is a Gen Z, but I definitely don't consider myself part of that.
Yeah, I feel like there's a subcategory.
Gen fucked.
Yeah, Gen fucked. But
Gen
they
fucked.
Gen Zers, man. I just feel like they don't. I'm sure they have like crazy parties when there's a party, but if it's just like a group of friends, I don't imagine them doing anything crazy.
Right. I mean, to go talking about the fucking phone thing.
Yeah.
If I go out on a date with a chick and she pulls her phone out during any point of the day, I'm gonna straight up say, "Am I boring?
I hear you.
Is this not going well?"
Did you?
Because I don't want to waste my time.
Did you
Sorry,
see
go ahead.
that iFunny post where some chick was like on her phone and her boyfriend was across the
Yep.
table just like sitting there, and it was like it's better to be alone than to be ignored. And I was
Yeah.
like, holy shit, I'm gonna cry.
Yeah, I would be so fucking upset if and frustrated if I took a girl out and she just like pulled out her phone. Like we talk, we order, and then she just whips out her phone and starts like sending snaps to her friends and doesn't talk to me. Yeah, I'm gonna figure out what the fuck's going on. She continues to do it, then I'm leaving. I don't have time for that.
That was always
ain't worth
a
that.
big like red flag for me. That was a self, not just like being on your phone in general as the red flag. Yes, that's a red flag. But at first, like I didn't know that when I started talking to this one chick and she said, "Add me on Snapchat because if you text me, I'm not gonna respond." I was like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah, no, that's a red flag.
That doesn't
immediately.
make any sense. They both go to your phone, sweetheart.
She can't change apps. That means she spends too much time on Snapchat.
Exactly.
That's like one of the multi-million Snapchat score hoes
Yeah.
that snap every motherfucker under the sun with a dick between his legs.
Jesus. I just
Yeah.
can't. I couldn't imagine talking to that many people like a chick does. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yes, absolutely. I get frustrated when somebody texts me more than 15 times in like a 30
I was about to
minute
say,
period.
if it's supposed to be like a full-blown conversation, just call me. I don't want to text paragraphs back and forth.
Exactly. If it's a single question that can be answered with like 2 sentences and it's done,
Yeah.
perfect, text me. Anything more than that, I need you to call me. I'm not, because most of the time I'm doing something. I'm playing games.
Yeah.
Or I'm fucking editing the podcast, or I'm working at the shop. I can't like stop what I'm fucking doing and text a paragraph.
Mm-hmm. I
Yeah.
think if it's anything, if it's yes or no, I'll text back. If it's multiple choice, I'll text back. Like, what do you want to do?
Multiple choice.
Like, what do you want to do?
yeah.
I'll text back. Or if those two are like the only things. If it's explain your work, I'm just gonna call you. I'm just gonna...
Yep. Explain this. Any sort of explain this.
Yeah.
How do I do this? What do I need to do this? Or what? Yeah. No.
Or I mean, like that has something to do with. I guess it's like the chicks I've dealt with and my exes. Not to like absolutely fucking trash them or anything, but
Do it.
a lot of them had like social angst issues, and I'm not gonna throw shade at that because I know I have social angst issues for the most part as well. but when we would get in arguments and shit like that, I would either be totally ignored or they would text me that super fucking long scrolly essay on my phone. And it's
Can't
like,
stand that.
yeah, it's like, dude, if you want to talk about it, let's talk about it. I'm right here. I'm working, but we need to talk like when we're both free. We can't just like fucking throw it off. I have no problem talking to you. If I fucked up, I get it, but let me know. Like,
Yeah. That's a big thing. They won't let you know. They'll just immediately pass judgment and then make a decision and then just be upset.
yeah.
And then you're supposed to know. If you don't know, you're stupid. You're dense. How do you not know what you did to me? The fact that you don't know what you did to me makes it worse.
Yeah, that's another thing. It's like, how am I
about?
supposed to guess 24/7 how you react to something?
I can't read your mind.
Exactly. I can't read your mind. And on top of that, dude, this is going to go into like how I feel about relationships in general. Is like communication is the biggest fucking thing, hands down. Like if you guys are going to be partners for life, you have to communicate. So when I ask you what you want for Christmas and you say nothing, I'm going to take your fucking word for it. Don't be an idiot. Don't tell me you don't want anything. Because like you said, it's not my job to read her mind. Yeah. At the same time, I get, though, that like when someone says nothing, you're supposed to do like the nice gesture thing.
Nope.
No? Not for you?
Well, I mean, yeah, for the general fucking consensus.
Like your mom. If your mom tells you she wants nothing, you're going to get her something, right?
Well, yes, of course.
Okay.
Of course.
So like along those lines, I can understand that.
That's like close friends and family, I think, but not like in a relationship. That should be there shouldn't be that kind of miscommunication or disconnect in that kind of relationship. You're supposed to be a team. You know, you're supposed to tell your teammate everything.
Exactly. It's like don't say you're a queen and I'm your king if you don't want to play like we're on the same team.
Right. It should be like, what do you want for Christmas? You know, oh, I don't know. You know, with something fancy. You know, if you don't know,
yeah.
Just say, you know, oh, I don't know, something cool. Now I know that you want something. Not, oh, nothing. You don't gotta get me nothing. You don't have to get me.
I don't like that. It's confusing because I want to do. I want to do what you want me to do in order to make you happy because this is how it works. But when I guess it's my brain.
You need to tell me how.
My brain is too literal sometimes, so I just don't catch social shit for the most part. And it's hindering, but at the same time, it's hands down logical. If that makes sense.
I guess, but I mean, easiest way to because I'm a very similar way, but the easiest way to combat that, in my opinion, is just to confront it fully. If you don't understand something, just be like, "I'm sorry, I didn't really catch that."
Well, that's the thing is I've told my exes like that's how I work. Like the last one, Maddie, I told her, I was like, dude, if you tell me, I told her like before Thanksgiving, it was our first Christmas together while dating. And we've already been dating for like almost 7 months at that point. And I was like, dude, if you want something for Christmas, you have to tell me. Because if you don't tell me and never bring it up again, or I ask you and you say nothing, you're getting nothing. That's how my brain works. If you want something, you have to tell me. It's not my job to guess. And she said, okay.
They didn't change?
No,
and she didn't. No, then okay, yeah, that's a red flag. That's toxic.
It's toxic. That's toxic.
Get out. That's toxic. Yeah, that's a toxic move. That's a what a save kind of play.
Like me having to guess what you want. I don't see that as a form of romance. I just see it as a game.
Right. It's an opening for an argument too.
Yeah, exactly. Because like, what if you tell me you don't want anything, and my brain goes, I think she'll think this is cool, or she'll appreciate this. I get it for her, and it's like along the lines of nothing she wanted or anything she could have thought of. Like, I'm gonna get that. Oh, yay! Thanks.
Right. Or oh, this is cool.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's like that.
Yeah.
What's that old Vine? It's an avocado.
Thanks. Yeah, exactly. That shouldn't especially with a holiday like Christmas. It's supposed to be like this magical time of year where, and I get it that maybe it's the way that it's been kind of bred into us that as kids, we just get these random things that we don't even really think about, ever getting. It's like you maybe said you wanted that like 6 fucking months ago, and your mom picked it up and shoved it in her closet to give to you for Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
Shit like that. It's like around that time you had no concept of what you were actually going to get, or at least that's how it was in my household. When I was like 10 and younger,
Yeah.
I had basically no idea what I was going to get. So maybe that's like what the thought is.
Well,
That
I had. Damn it! I'm interrupting you.
Well, no, I mean that was basically the end of the.
Okay, as long as it's
I-
the end, I don't like.
Okay, well, basically, I think yes, we have this expectation of we just get these magical things that we want and that we like, and that's how we've grown up. And then as you get older, your parents literally just ask you, "What do you want for Christmas?" At least that's how my family does. And then at least for my sister, she'll like she'll make a list or something, or just tell them straight up, and then you'll get exactly what you want. And then you get into these relationships, and they're like, well, let's let him surprise me. Let's see what he's got. Let's see what he can do.
Yeah, I mean, if that's your mindset, I understand, but you have to be open to the fact that you could be disappointed because the opposite party was given absolutely zero clues.
Right, and you need to appreciate the thought regardless.
Yeah.
Even if it is something you don't really want, you need to understand the reasoning and the thought behind it. And not just give me the shit fucking reaction that makes me feel like a scumbag and I got you nothing and you are actually really fucking upset and unhappy.
Well, I thought
and that's something.
Sorry?
I'm leaving that dead air and I was gonna see how long it would go. I thought that'd be funny. It's something you learn as to develop as a basic human being. Somebody gives you a gift, you appreciate it. Period. Doesn't matter how if you're never gonna use it. If you're never gonna use it, fuck it. Wait until they leave your sight and chuck it. But in that moment that they're giving it to you, it's great. You love it. You really enjoy it, because even if it's not something you wanted, that person put time, thought, and energy into getting you that. Unless
they did a nice gesture.
Right.
Nice gesture. Fucking return the gesture.
Right. Even if it's not getting somebody another fucking gift, you just and that was something I learned as a kid when I got older, when I was like 12, 13, 14, I was a little shit kid.
Mm-hmm.
I'd get stuff for Christmas and I'd see it and I'd just be like, wow, thank you.
I think I grew out of that vibe pretty
right. I grew out of that fast.
I wouldn't say quickly, because I was kind of a little shit when I was younger and I didn't really understand the family dynamic, having like 4 parents and 2 households and bullshit sob story, yada yada yada. But
yeah,
like specifically my dad's side, him being an entrepreneur, like he had really good years and he had really bad years, which was something I didn't understand when I was younger, because like even at the age of 14, I still had no concept of how money worked for the most part, because like you can't work. The only times you see a dollar sign is like at the grocery store when you're with your mom, or when you need money for a field trip, stupid shit like that. Yeah. And sometimes when you're looking for Christmas gifts. So like there would be some years where I would get extra cool shit that I didn't ask for and I would be super excited. But then like the next year, my dad wouldn't have a good year and I would get like $20 and a thank you card from Santa. Like sometimes I had really shitty Christmases, but it sucked. But as I grew older and I realized like the whole reasoning behind it, yes, spoiler alert, Santa's not real, but sorry to the younger
crushing
audience.
Dreams on a daily basis.
Sorry, dude, but it's I've come to just respect gestures.
Mm-hmm.
It's just how it's a maturity thing. I think it is. It's common sense at a certain point. I think something happens to you so much, and you learn that it's not the best. It's learning from your mistakes, pretty much.
Well, I think it's that, and I think it's your exposure to people. When you realize that, a decent chunk of the population are just pure assholes, and then, the half the other half don't give a fucking shit about you or what you have to say, period. They might be decent people, but they don't care, and so you realize how valuable it is when you find somebody that actually gets you and vibes with you and cares about you and does those genuine little gestures, like when you're coming to hang out and you call and say, like, hey, I'm gonna stop by, you want some food.
Mm-hmm.
Those are like those little gestures. You wouldn't get that from any other motherfucker. All these people that come into the vape shop chatting me up, acting like they're my friend, they would never text me or call me or whatever and say, hey, I'm gonna pick up some food, and come hang out at the shop for a little bit. It doesn't happen.
Taking a pit stop. Go ahead and clean your booty hole.
My wet wipes in the back.
Ooh.
Yeah.
No, I agree with you.
Them.
I agree with you.
Those little gestures are what make your close friends your close friends.
Well, I'm trying to dive deeper into like relationship shit in general, because no doubt, I feel like every guy feels like this deep down. I would no doubt fuck a hoe. Any hoe. Just throw her at me. I'm ready. But
like right now?
Right now, yes. I don't care if I lose No Nut November. If someone wants to fuck me, I'm down.
Understandably. I mean, well, it depends on. I have standards.
Well, yeah. I have standards as well. Like, they need to be my type, and I don't want it to be a pain in the ass or come bite me in the ass later down the road. I don't want anything like that.
Like a STD.
Yeah. I don't want an STD or a psycho or anything like that. Just a good old hoe. Just
some chick you meet at the bar.
But deep down, every guy, dude, I know you guys are out there. I know every single one of you wants to be held. I know you want fingers ran through your hair. I know you want to just come home. It just like and be told that everything's gonna be okay. You want a partner, someone that'll help hold up all the shit on your shoulders. You want an attaboy. You want to come home and just like, good job today, honey. Thanks again for providing literally everything. Given the the standard situation of a stay-at-home mother, or just like someone's that's there when you're home. These thoughts are just they're too much for me right now. They keep going.
Keep it going. Keep it rolling. Man. It's I understand what you're saying. Yeah.
I feel frustrated. Like that's not going to be the norm anymore, because that's something that I hope for. Like, don't get me wrong, I love strong, independent, powerful women like anybody else. But being strong and powerful doesn't mean you get to be rude and you get to be a bitch.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. A lot of fucking women are like that nowadays. They think that, especially with this whole movement, and I'm like, to a degree, I understand this whole movement of equality, and that this is going to be real controversial.
I'm ready.
But unfortunately, it can't happen. And reason being, there are things that a man can do that a woman just can't, to a degree. You look at these videos of these guys on these oil rigs, these massive oil rigs, throwing around these 150-pound chains, wrapping around these 500-pound oil stems, slapping them in these little chains, and they're doing that shit for 8 hours a day.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and it's not a discrimination thing. It's not a sexist thing. It is simply biology. They're just, women are not built. And I'm not saying they can't be. Of course, there are some incredibly athletic women out there. Serena Williams is the one that comes to mind. She's that tennis player, right?
I think, yeah.
Yeah, you can. It's possible. It's absolutely possible. But just in a biological standpoint, men are just generally stronger than women, and. Man, it's just it's there's a whole list of factors that go into the difference between men and women. Like a majority of men in prison, or a majority of people in prison are men. A majority of homeless people are men. A majority of college dropouts are men. A majority of men are more frequently are more likely to kill themselves than women.
Mm-hmm.
So there's all these factors that go into, and especially over the years, talking about the suicide rate real quick, especially over the years, the suicide rate has skyrocketed over these last few years, not only in just men, but men has increased a lot more, whereas women actually has increased a lot more in the high school and under, which is really sad. Upwards of, like, I think it was 300 or something% from the 70s. The teenage female suicide rate has increased. That has to do with social media and how it's fucking ruining our entire generation. But
did you have anyone you were close to in high school that committed suicide?
No.
I was only close with one of them, but I think like 4.
Which one?
Hunter. Well, no, that wasn't suicide. That doesn't count. But
he was on a bike accident.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. Hunter died in a motorcycle accident, but
I guess
Ryan Kibbe.
Yeah, no, I didn't know him.
He was like the like lacrosse captain or some shit of like what are the two differences? Isn't there like a varsity team and a junior varsity team?
I had no idea. I wasn't into sports in high school.
I'm trying to remember because I'm not that sporty, period. But he was the head lacrosse player for whatever, because we were sophomores at the time for the younger team, which I think is JV. And I just like walked into math one day and he just wasn't there. And like a week went by and he was never there. And then someone was like, dude, Ryan killed himself. And I was like, what the fuck happened? And he was like, well, he took a bunch of antidepressants, got drunk, and then hung himself from his fucking shower curtain. And I was like, holy shit, what the fuck? I was like 15. I was like, holy shit.
Yeah, and I mean, at that point, you really don't. You're just kind of learning the concept of death. Like,
yeah,
it's been the first few years. You're kind of getting that understanding. Yeah, I the only one I was like semi close to, and it was more like we were in the same classes and we would joke around, was Ross Morcom.
He didn't commit suicide either, did he? Or they think he did. They just couldn't figure it out.
I think they thought he did, because I thought he just like took his car and slammed it into a brick wall.
Mm-hmm.
Like he just floored it and slammed it into a wall and killed himself instantly.
Damn. I thought I thought my dad told me he was in the far left lane, readjusted, slammed up against the concrete median, and then flung all the way back, right across all those lanes, and then just like flung into the woods. That's what my dad told me, but that might not be it. I'm not sure, but that's what I've been.
Kind of interested to look it up.
Yeah, that's what I've been thinking it was this whole time.
What I know is what I've been told, and what you know is what you've been told. So honestly, in an era of fucking false information, who knows what's true?
Very agreeable and understandable.
There's another topic. Listen, some of this shit is bullshit. Okay, listen here.
Right. Uh-oh, are we about to talk about more controversial things?
Any motherfuckers out there on TikTok, stop. Cut that shit out. All right? If you're doing fucking dances and videos and you're following these trends, come on. Put some thought into it. Be original. Make some original content. Stop following what everybody else is doing just because they're getting clicks. How does that make you any better? You're a sheep. That's what you are. I know it hurts to hear. Damn, doesn't that burn? But you're a fucking sheep. Seriously. If you're just doing what everybody else is doing to fit in, you're a sheep. Simple as that. And I'm not saying you have to be unique. There's a degree of it where you need to be normal, sure, and just in just terms of society, just a decent human being. But it doesn't mean you need to fucking dance to this specific song with this specific moveset and mouth these specific words and shake your little titties because you think you're going to get a bunch of clicks. When in actuality, in 15 years, when you're trying to find a job and they're fucking looking up your TikTok of you shaking your fucking titties all over the place. Sorry.
Don't be
you ain't gonna
surprised.
get hired.
Don't be surprised.
Don't be surprised. I mean, seriously, because all this shit stays on the internet forever. Sure, the platform may dissolve, but it doesn't mean that shit doesn't go away.
Yep.
I agree. There are programs out there that these businesses have where they just put your name in and it just scans the entire internet for anything with your name linked to it.
Mm-hmm.
And they can see it all.
Yep.
So don't be fucking stupid. And don't do this fucking devious lick bullshit, dude. I saw this one of this guy in a vape shop, right? And you know, because I work in a vape shop. So I'm sitting here, I see this guy in a vape shop. This guy rolls up and goes, "I need some juice." Fucking jumps over the bar, grabs a couple bottles off the juice, jumps back over the bar. The guy's chasing him out. And as he's leaving, he knocks over like 10 bongs.
I saw that. That was fucked up.
That was so fucked up. Number one, what did that guy do to anybody? What did the owner of that vape shop do to anybody to deserve that at all?
Literally nothing.
Literally nothing. He has to just eat that. Hopefully he's got security like I hope they have security cameras. I hope they gave him to the police. I hope it was a small town. I hope they knew who it was. I hope that kid got in trouble. I honestly do. That kid needs to learn a fucking lesson. A lot of these kids need to learn their damn lesson. I don't know if their parents just aren't fucking disciplining their kids anymore or what, but some of these kids need a fucking whack upside the head. I'll tell you what, taking away their Xbox ain't doing it. Because I mean, dude, honestly, what gives you what the fuck in your mind makes you think going into someplace and destroying merchandise and costing these businesses money is a good idea? How on earth did this become a trend?
For the clout, bro.
It's disgusting.
For the clout, man.
It's so disgusting. How is the only way people ever get fucking all these kids that get their dopamine is from clicks? I just
like to add on to what you have to say. It's like if you call someone a sheep that's like all into this shit and they're in denial about it, I wish they would just ask themselves if they have a legitimate personality that they're happy with or their whole personality is making other people happy.
Right. Oh, sorry, I hit 30 minutes, so I ate a Starburst, so you got to kind of carry it for a second here.
Yay, milestone. We did it. 36 minutes in and 59 seconds.
Yeah.
Go ahead and cut out all your chewing.
I'm gonna leave it in.
Did you cut the thing out from the last podcast at 54 minutes? Okay.
I did.
Okay. Good.
You make me nervous now, so I'm going to check actually while I'm sitting here.
Okay, yeah, whatever makes you happy, man. Other than, the world falling apart due to people, my medication has helped me realize helped me realize some things. I doubled my dosage, so I'm on a double Prozac now. And one of the things that it did was I react to things a lot more calmer now. Like I'm not as things don't make me as frustrated. Things don't I don't get bothered that much anymore, and I don't have like panic attack episodes sometimes. But it also has a downside, as in like I don't feel the good feelings as well that much anymore. And that could have been a factor with like this weekend and how the last 3 weeks of work have been. But like that's another thing. It hinders my drive. It hinders my willpower. It's harder for me to get my thoughts out. But the whole reason I wanted to try the medication was because the bad thoughts were too loud. and it's been better. But I'm still dealing with trying to work around how it's numbed the positives as well. That's what I'm trying to deal with right now. But something it helped me realize was at work is I feel super underappreciated. Like outside of all the drama, outside of all the bullshit, it's like I know I have value. I know how much I'm worth to the company. And at the same time, I still get walked all over. I still get treated like shit. I'm still told that I'm a lazy fuck when I'm busting my ass. It's something that it doesn't make me feel good. And even
Yeah.
though I'm supposed to get this promotion/environment change coming down the road, hopefully Marchish of next year, it bothers me because it's not entirely a change in environment. It's still the same group of people. I'm just doing a different job. And it worries me that it won't work out because I've already dedicated myself to what's coming next. And that's another reason why I've started looking back into trades and certifications is because
Mm,
I need a backup plan. I can't
right.
I can't keep banking on this hoping for it to pay out and it just be this carrot on the stick situation where I'm getting walked over day by day just hoping that I'll get promoted.
And look, I'll be honest with you. I don't know if it's something you want to discuss. You can let me know if you want me to move it out or whatnot. But
Okay.
beep.
Yeah. And then just
Okay, wait. Beep. Hard cut. Okay, this is where we're coming back from the hard cut.
back
Okay,
from the
the
break.
basic. Yeah, the basic discussion we were having, which I'd like to expand on, was the difficulty of businesses finding people to work right now.
Yes.
And how a lot of these companies, which I was actually very interested to find out, are dropping their drug testing requirements because they're having trouble locating people to work. Large businesses like Amazon has actually dropped their drug requirements. You know, our mutual friend with or companion or acquaintance with the initials SS has started working excuse me, for Amazon
Really?
as a driver, I think. But I think what he said
Dude, there's no way he's a driver. He's not doing the real program.
he said he was. He said he was. They didn't drug test him initially, but I think they said it's like a one-time drug test when they hire you, and then if for any reason you need to like you fuck up, you know, obviously you fuck up or something, like you get in an accident, they need to drug test you, but until you are driving a truck above a certain weight limit, you don't need to be drug tested. So he can drive those vans
Yeah.
for Amazon without being drug tested.
Well, see, that's the thing that I'm not
Like
really believing on. This is like a shot at him, kind of, but like, wouldn't it
mhm.
work out the way UPS, FedEx, and the post office works out? Don't you have to work in the facility before you're a driver?
I don't know. Maybe the problem they're having is just hiring drivers. I don't, you know, they could have plenty of people in the facility. Maybe they just needed drivers, and that's the position he applied for. I think with a company as large as Amazon, I don't think they would just have people generally apply and you would just start somewhere. I think it would be more like people are going to apply for the position that they want.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they'll put out, we need 50 drivers and 50 warehouse workers. The drivers make this much and they have to do this much. The warehouse workers make this much and do this much. And then people will just apply for the ones that they want. But I think I think it's believable. I really do, because they need so many drivers, especially the fact that they're having this driver shortage, and we're getting close to Christmas. You
Yeah.
know, we're in the holiday season right now. People are ordering shit off Amazon as gifts for people already, you know, right now. So I believe it. I totally believe it that they would drop that completely. Like for the smaller drivers, the commercial vehicle, or not commercial, but consumer style vehicles like those Ford mini transit vans or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
That I can see. If he's driving around one of them big motherfuckers or an 18 wheeler, yeah, you definitely need to be drug tested. From what he said, you have to go to the DMV and they'll do like some sort of physical on you too, and part of it's like a drug test before
Uh,
you can get your CDL or whatever it is.
I'm looking at like the driver requirements because there's two different jobs where you're technically a driver. Um, Amazon has partnered with local delivery service partners, independent delivery organizations that help Amazon deliver thousands of packages to customers every day. As an employee of an Amazon delivery service partner, you will work directly for the DSP that operates out of the local Amazon delivery station. So it's so some of them end up like not being actual Amazon employees, which is kind of weird. You don't need a CDL. Delivery drivers are full-time jobs requiring 40-hour weeks. You can do 5/8s or 4/10s. You don't have to provide your own vehicle. They give you that Mercedes Sprinter van, and they offer...
Yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah, they offer benefits and competitive pay, but there's also something where it's like they treat it kind of like Uber or Lyft or Uber Eats or some kind of rideshare thing, but like Amazon Flex, if they have like an overload or an overflux of packages needing to be delivered on like certain days, you can log on to the Amazon Flex app and just like say you want to take a certain shift, and they'll go ahead and like give you that time block and how much money they're willing to give you. So I could, like, if I wanted to leave work one day and pick a shift from like 6 to 9, I could deliver Amazon packages for 3 hours and get like $100, but I would use my own car. And one thing that's cool about it is I heard that if it doesn't fit in your car, they just won't give it to you. So it's not that big of a deal.
Yeah.
So technically you can do it with like any vehicle you have, but I mean, like, smart car, good luck getting that full dollar amount that what they offered you. I don't know where I'm going with this. I think the Amazon Flex thing is cool, but okay.
Well, okay. I just pulled this up. This was June 4th. Amazon drops marijuana screening, supports federal MORE Act. Amazon is addressing its drug testing policy for U.S. field operation teams and will no longer screen for marijuana in many circumstances, according to a June 1st announcement. In the past, and this is quoting, in the past, like many employees, we've disqualified people from working at Amazon if they tested positive for marijuana use, said Amazon retail executive Dave Clark. However, given where state laws are moving across the U.S., we've changed course. We will no longer include marijuana in our comprehensive drug screening program for any positions not regulated by the Department of Transportation and will instead treat it the same as alcohol use. Clark said the online retail giant will continue to monitor for on-the-job impairment and continue post-incident drug and alcohol tests. So yeah, to work at Amazon, you no longer are required to be drug tested.
Do you think that has to do with like how it's becoming more of a norm amongst people, or do you think it's because of like the Delta 8 stuff that's legal?
Well, I think the Delta 8 stuff is helping push the legalization of marijuana as it's so much more easily available. And you've got all these, people who would never give marijuana a try because it was illegal and are now, loving it because they gave it a shot with Delta 8. Yeah, I think it's absolutely going to help push the legalization of marijuana. I think, without Delta 8, I think maybe, in the Bible Belt, it would take 5 years. I think now it could be 2, maybe 3, maybe 1.
I wouldn't be surprised. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if it was soon. But at the same time, I also wouldn't be surprised if it still took fucking forever being down here.
Right. I mean, governor's a moron. But, right, let's have that publicly on the air.
Ooh. I don't even know who our governor is, man. I'm terrible with that shit.
Isn't it Ted? No.
Ted Bundy?
No, I don't think it's Ted Bundy. Hold on, let me. Ted Bundy here. Isn't he an artist? Oh, right. It's
Brian Kemp.
Yeah.
Daddy Kemp.
58 years old. So stupid.
I always thought that was weird.
The office for 4 years.
Yeah, did you ever did you see that post where it was like not to say shit or anything, but like being an older person in general, like you're not as physically fit, you're not as fast, like your brain could be deteriorating, shit like that. Like employers don't typically want older people. Yet we have some of the oldest people I've ever seen running the fucking country. Yeah.
No, you're absolutely right. I don't know. They always make the argument that it's experience. You need the experience. It's kind of like a contradiction where a lot of Asian countries, especially the Japanese, they are extremely caring towards their older folk, because their knowledge and their experience and their wisdom is considered quite valuable in society, to a degree, right? You know, obviously when somebody becomes what's the word,
senile.
Thank you, senile. When you become senile, you know, that's completely different. And I think there's like a kind of a grace period. But I think some of the smartest humans are probably from the ages of 30 to 50.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. I think you can shoot like up to late 60s for the sometimes, because I think you know, like when I mean, I don't know how old your grandma was when she recently passed away, but like my grandparents are in their 70s.
Yeah, she was like 80 something.
I still get good advice from my 70-year-old grandparents. Sometimes it's like way out of the park, shit that only shit that only mattered back when they grew up, like in the age of the Titanic sinking.
Right.
But it's hard to explain how I feel about it, but I generally think like by the age of 70, if you've got enough to live off of, just give up, dude. Like if you've already planned to live past 70 and you've planned for retirement, retire like ASAP. I get that there's people, like I've talked to my dad about it, I've talked to my uncle about it, them being entrepreneurs, they like working and they like, you know, just staying active and shit like that. I agree with that. And you should always have something to do. Like, I never want to be that retired guy that just sits in a lazy boy and watches Fox News until he fucking dies. But at the same time, like, your advice is not always there. And I think a lot of it has to do with your experience. Like you said, it's very experience-y. And it needs to be more in the time, more relevant advice based on the current time period.
That's why I think it's 30 to 50.
Yeah.
Because those people, you've seen a lot. You've grown up. You've matured for the most part. Most people have matured by that time. You know, you've realized what it means to be an adult. You've settled down. You know, you've partied. You've made your mistakes. You've hopefully learned from them, right? And your current thought process is planning to experience the rest of your life as best as you possibly can. Yeah. So I think those are some of the best people to get your advice from. That's why, you know, people like, you know, I actually don't know how old Elon Musk is. Let me look this up.
I think 40.
He's 50. Wow.
Elon Musk is 50?
He does not look 50, does he?
He looks tight, man. He's probably got Botox in there.
Oh, my God.
I don't doubt it, dude. Look at how tight his face is at some angles. It looks tight, man. He's got, like, no wrinkles.
You think so? He could also just be an alien.
He could.
Did you see that other post on iFunny that was about, like, the
lizard people?
No, it was explaining the plot of a movie, and I can't remember what the movie was called, but the movie is about an alien who crash lands on Earth and adapts into society and uses his knowledge of technology to amass millions and create a company to build a spaceship for him to return to his home planet.
Oh, sweet Elon. Why not just tell us the truth, man? Why?
And then it was a picture of Elon, Jeff Bezos, and the guy that runs NASA.
Oh.
Yeah. I mean, it could be. It's a total possibility.
That's killer. That's killer, though, dude. Spending billions of dollars just to fly in space for like a second and a half, and I can't afford rent.
Well, did you see the post he made about selling all of his Tesla stock and solving world hunger?
Oh yeah, he was
6 billion.
He was talking shit back to whatever organization that was, and he was like, "Go ahead, post your plans."
Yep.
I got this.
Totally. I mean, I really think.
I think he'd do it.
Yeah, I think he's one of those. I think he's one of those geniuses that genuinely cares for the. Because if you look at the interviews
It,
that he posts, he literally says the reason he's doing it is because he wants there to be a place for his kids to live.
I
He wants there to be.
yeah.
He wants the human race to go on. Like he understands the possibility of, if we destroy this planet, then that's the end of the human race. Period.
Oh, I totally agree with that. That's some like dark spooky shit that I'm like really
Yeah.
into, but we'll talk about that way later because I'm not.
Well, real quick, it could happen in 24 hours. The entire human race could be wiped out. There are enough nukes on the planet right now. Do you know how many nukes are on the planet? I think it's like 7,400
7,000
nuclear
nukes,
bombs.
man, dude. I'm ready for Fallout 2022. Let's do it.
Let me look.
Let's do it, man. I don't want to pay bills anymore.
I was wrong. As of 2019, there are approximately 3,750 active nuclear warheads.
I thought there was something that happened recently where they talked about like disbanding nuclear material or some shit like that. Like a lot of the countries that had a shit ton of nukes ended up having to dismantle a lot of them.
That's smart because like I said, with the amount of nukes on the planet,
they completely wipe us out.
Completely, the entire planet would be dust, and that's kind of scary. It could literally be Kim Jong-un wakes up one morning and is having a really bad day, and Trump tweets a GIF of him taking a shit on Kim Jong-un's head.
Nice.
And that's it. He launches nukes. The U.S. launches nukes. All the allies launch. Everybody's fucking launching nukes. Yep. And then within 24 hours, the entire fucking human race gone.
I can't remember. I was going to ask this. I can't remember what it's called. I want to say it's like the Billionaire Club, but when I Google it, I just get like the Forbes list of all the billionaires. But Bill Gates started some fucking club where if you're a billionaire, you donate like a certain % of your income to charities as like a default. I don't know.
That's nice.
I don't know if it's like an actual thing that went through. Shit.
That would be good. I agree with, and I haven't really looked into it in a while, and I believe it was Bill Gates who said he's only leaving like 0.5% of his money to his kids.
Yeah.
Like, and most of his money when he dies will go to his company and to the charities that he's selected.
See, that's something that like
and obviously his wife. I think he has a wife, right?
I totally agree with like giving your ancestors, or what would it be called? Future relatives. I don't know which term I'm trying to get to, but your grandkids. I am totally for, giving your family a head start. But at the same time, I think if you grow up in that environment, you just expect it.
Right. Well, you generally become quite entitled. You have to be very careful with the way. Like, okay, if I was a millionaire, okay, let's say my life goes very successfully. I'm 23 years old. Let's say over the next 3 years, I make some good investments in crypto. I end up making a shitload of money, and I start my own business, and it becomes violently successful within the first year.
I like the term violently successful. That's what I hope for.
I love using the word violently because it's very powerful. Mm. So I become very successful. I have a shitload of money, and I'm gonna live very, very modestly. Like very modestly, and I will continue to put money aside and put these into savings and create my kids these savings accounts and whatnot, and I will raise my kids poor.
Yeah, it's like did you see that post where it was like Shia LaBeouf in hobo's clothes, and it was the caption was like, no matter how rich you are, act broke.
Well, that's like Adam Sandler. Adam Sandler just walks around in t-shirts and gym shorts all the time.
He's great.
And he's like he's like one of the richest motherfuckers in the world. That's how you should live. You should live modestly and humbly, no matter how much money you have. You can splurge out every now and again, but as long as you're not being stupid and becoming entitled and thinking that the money defines you, You know, that's a big thing. People think that money defines them. They have all these possessions, they have all this money. That means that they're an awesome person. That means by default they're just a cool guy to be around. And that's not true.
Yeah, I don't agree with that at all.
That's very wrong. That's a very wrong way to think.
It's another way of like adopting a personality.
Yeah,
it's the same
that isn't you define you.
It's the same. It's the same way I feel about the sheeple, the TikTokers.
Yeah.
Like I get if you're a 12-year-old kid and you're doing TikToks, I don't give a shit. But if you're an adult and you have an actual career, like dude, TikTok ain't your shit. Back up.
Right. You shouldn't be taking your break and going to the bathroom and making a fucking TikTok.
Yeah, I'm not saying to exclude older people from every activity that youngsters are into. I'm just saying, like, dude, stay in your lane. Don't make it weird. And like you've already experienced the trying to fit in phase. If it wasn't your jam, fuck off. Do your own thing.
Right. And anybody at that age, honestly, when you get to the age of like from the 10 years between 20 to 30, you're supposed to realize
it's been very weird so far, just to add.
You from the years of 20 to 30, you're supposed to realize that what other people think about you doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. Yeah. And that you should actually just live your life to the way that you want to. You know, there are a very select few people in your life, the ones that you are close to and care about, that you should value the opinions from, and care what those people think of you. But everybody else, the haters, the fucking the shit talkers, the losers, just like, why care? Why let anybody or any words that come out of that fucking pie hole dictate the way that you feel? Your emotions are yours and yours alone. Why let something external control them when they're in you, right? It's all in your head. Happiness is a mindset. Just let it be and move on. You know, there's a word and I can't remember what it is, but it's the acknowledgement that everybody you see and that everybody around you has a life that is just as complex as yours is, and that they have gone through just as many things as you have to get to where they are. And you know, you got to realize that there are huge, millions of huge variables in somebody's life that can change the way that they're grown up, or change the way that they're developed, change the way that they're raised, change the way that they become a person. You know, you have literally no idea. You know, you're sitting in traffic and you cut some guy off on accident and he starts yelling at you, you know, and maybe you just immediately assume he's an asshole. But what you don't know is that this morning he got a call from his bitch ex-wife that just filed for full custody of the kids. And he's never going to see his kids again. You have no idea. He could be having the worst day of his life. And he doesn't need you to fucking hoot and holler back at him and get all pissed off at him and start elevating, you know, because you never know. He could go over the edge and fucking shoot you, right, and end his life. You never know. But why does it matter?
I just found,
let it be.
I just found something out. I hope you're as interested in it as me. It has,
light it up.
So I googled the term because I knew what you were talking about, and the word was on the tip of my tongue, but I couldn't think of it. The term is sonder.
Sonder, yep.
And it's the realization that everyone around you has a life outside of yours, complete with their own thoughts, feelings, and emotions. You could potentially be just a passing figure on the street to them, which I completely agree with. But what I found out is Urban Dictionary sells coffee mugs with whatever the fuck you want on it.
Oh, yeah. You didn't know about that?
I did not know about this.
You could get Alaskan Pipeline put on the side of a mug, dude, if you wanted. You could give that shit to... I've kept that in the back of my mind for Christmas gifts and white elephant gifts for quite a while now.
Dude, like, I want to collect these. Dude, I actually had a crazy... I think we've talked about this before, but I don't know how we've talked. We haven't talked about it on the podcast, I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
But like
yeah.
my various like wall ideas for offices, how like I wanted a wall that was just like skate decks, like different cool designs on it, or like all the places I travel just have like tiny little picture frames, like 4x4s, and just line the wall of all the places I've been to, take a picture at each place. But I thought of another one. It's kind of cool. It's more of like a movie theater concept, and mainly just because I love cartoons from our childhood, like all the Nickelodeon shit, all the Cartoon Network shit, Adult Swim shit, stuff like that. Would it be cool and retro-y, because you can like stream everything now, to have like all that shit on Blu-ray?
I think there is still something to be said about owning physical copies of media. Yes, I think it is still very cool. I like being able to just immediately access exactly what I want whenever I want. But that is almost more refined in a sense when you just have that disc available.
Mm-hmm.
Being able to log on to any website I want is cool, but fuck, I log on to Netflix and look for something that I want. It's like, oh fuck, it's not here. Let me log on to Hulu, look that shit up. Oh, it's not there. Fuck. All right, let me just Google it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh shit, it's on HBO. Fuck, I don't have HBO. So if you've already got all that shit on disc, yeah, it's much easier to crack open that thing, slap it in there. You don't have to deal with internet. You don't have to deal with it buffering. It's going to continuously play from the second you put that disc in and hit play to the moment the fucking movie ends. Yeah, I think it is still very cool to own physical media.
Yeah, but just think like your reaction.
Just a wall of
like
DVDs.
No. Like 10 years from now, let's just say like you've never been in my basement, and out of nowhere during a conversation, you're like, man, I'd love the Fairly Odd Parents. I need to watch that again. I haven't watched that in forever. And I just bring you downstairs, and I've got all Fairly Odd Parents seasons on Blu-ray.
Well, one, I'd be really amazed at your movie theater room.
Yes,
because I would love to have that. If I make enough money, I would love to have a room in the basement.
Dude, I would fall asleep in there so fucking much.
Yeah, I'd put like an old school like popcorn machine in there and get all this. Put a bar in there with some mixers and a fridge, and yeah, I'd totally make a sick ass movie man cave. Put the Xbox on that shit, dude. Oh yeah.
Dude, you can get hoodies from Urban Dictionary too. This is great.
Wow, they've expanded their.
you can get a coffee mug for $33. You can get a hoodie for $50, a T-shirt for $33, or a hat for $30. What does the hat look like? Hold on. Is it just? Okay, the hat only says Urban Dictionary on it.
Oh, you can't put any words on it?
Yeah.
Well, I guess, you could really get any of that shit. You could get a hat with any word on it on Etsy.
Yeah,
you get the
could.
right creator.
I agree. Oh, yeah. It looks like... Oh, no, you can do the T-shirt however you want, but the hat and the hoodie, no, you can't. And you can do the mug. So the only things you can customize are the mug and the T-shirt, which I wouldn't mind a nice T-shirt with a not well-known sexual meaning on it.
Well, I think it would say the word, and then it has the
it says the word on the
too.
front, but it says the definition on the back. So you could totally rock the T-shirt that says Alaskan Pipeline and like put a jacket over it.
Dude, that must be some of the funniest shit, working in the facility that creates those mugs.
Dude, it's like, it's some. What are you talking about? It's some people in Taiwan making this shit.
So?
They
can't even read it.
Yeah, they don't even speak English, dude.
I'd love that shit to be one of those guys that would be making those mugs. It's like, oh, Alabama steamer, nice. This will be grandma will love this one.
Hold on, this one, I don't know why, but this one stuck out to me. The word is bang mommy.
Ooh.
Definition: a woman expected by her male partner to fulfill a mother-like role in supporting his needs, cooking, cleaning, and soothing bad moods, but also provide sex on demand. Earlier in the podcast, did I describe bang mommy?
No. Wait. Wait.
Oh,
Go one more time. One more time. What was it? Bang mommy?
a woman expected by her male partner to fulfill a mother-like role in supporting his needs, parentheses, e.g., cooking, cleaning, and soothing bad moods, but also providing sex on demand. I don't think I talked about sex.
No, I don't think
I
that's...
think I just gave like the stay-at-home mom thing. I don't think I explained it, but um, there's something else that I noticed while looking at this, and I'm gonna send you a picture of it. I'm sorry for the people listening, but it's kind of it's time sensitive.
Okay, and then I also just found a list of 11 Urban Dictionary definitions that will scar you for life.
I'm ready.
this should
Please
be
list them off.
interesting, yeah. Do you want me to start? Okay.
Yeah, I'm putting it in the minors chat, by the way, because I want Bryden to look at it.
All right, let's see. All right, first word is the hungry unicorn. I'm gonna let you let me let you guess what it is.
Oh, okay.
What do you think the hungry unicorn is?
I think the hungry unicorn is a chick that is not immediately attractive, but once you're drunk enough, she's hot enough, and she's a hoe. She just wants the dick so bad.
No, but is this is you? This is your picture?
Yeah, that's.
Why is it so big, dude? Fucking the activate Windows overlay is huge.
I don't know, man. It's taking up like literally a fourth of my screen now.
They're fighting back now, dude. They really want you to activate it now.
This is my main display.
All right. The hungry unicorn is a gay sexual position where one male puts a strap-on dildo on his head. He sticks it up the other male's ass while licking and sucking his balls.
I think we need. I'm not an auditory learner, so I need a picture example.
I can't provide.
Are you sure?
Yep.
Not even through the incognito tab.
You can look it up. I don't know. This one is not bad.
What's
dude.
What's it called again? The unique unicorn?
The hungry unicorn.
Hunger or hungry?
Hungry. Like the country.
All right. Google images.
Is there a picture? I wonder if somebody's actually made a picture. This one sucks, dude. This one is flip flocks. Flip flocks. That's kind of hard to say. Flip flocks.
Flip flocks.
Yeah, it's the idea of wearing socks and flip flops.
I like that. Flip flocks.
Flip flocks, dude. Yeah. Oh man, what's this one? Oh, crotch spiders. What do you think crotch spiders is?
The feeling of when your freshly shaved pubes pokes through your boxers.
That's actually very close. Crotch spiders is the pubic hair that sneaks out of a bikini bottom.
Oh, okay. So I was really close.
You were very close, yeah. Let's see, what's the next one here? Oh, fuck, I closed it. Oh, shit, dude. Let me reopen this. Quickly. All right, the old slippers.
Old slippers.
What do you think old?
Can I get a hint? Is it obvious?
Let me figure it out because I typed in old slippers in Google. Wait, what? Oh, okay. It's not at all. I don't know what I would give as a hint here. It's not at all what you would imagine. It's not something physical.
Let's treat it like a spelling bee. Can you use it in a sentence?
Oh, wait. Oh, wait. That's right. They have.
Yeah,
the sentence.
Urban Dictionary has a sentence.
My girlfriend said she missed my old slippers. Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, that's a tough one.
Are they like slippers you use to masturbate in, and they're just like covered in crusty cum?
Nah, it's okay. So it's the genitals of a past significant other that, after consideration and comparison, are the ones you love the most.
Mm. Mm. Yeah, I like one of my ex's old slippers. Other than that, nah,
Wow.
I'm good.
All right, turkey tap.
Turkey tap. Uh, you know how like how you would see in porn when the guy takes his dick and like slaps it up against the clit. It's like that, but on the rear end of a turkey you haven't cooked yet for Thanksgiving. You give it a little dick tap for luck.
Kind of. Listen, you're close. When someone, usually male, taps another male on the nut sack firmly enough to elicit a short burst of testicular pain.
A turkey tap.
A turkey tap. Yeah, I always thought it was called sack tap.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
it's sack tap when you use your hand and your bro's doing it,
But when you Okay, so
use
it's-
your penis,
oh
it's a turkey
wait,
tap.
Urban Dictionary. I don't think it's your penis. No, I don't think it was your penis.
Did it not just say your penis?
Did it not? I don't know. Dude, these words are awful, honestly. Magic stick. It is a very long and magical cock, only held by the most elite of men. This is some of the... I want to see, like, I want the most fucked up. Let's see. Most... Okay, here we go. Oh, yeah, this is what I'm looking for. All right, you ready?
Mm-hmm.
The Tallahassee gas mask.
The Tallahassee gas mask
Mm-hmm.
is when you're eating a chick's ass and she grabs the back of your head and shoves your nose in her asshole and farts.
Pretty close. When when one splatter farts into a hotel provided shower cap and sneaks up behind the loved one and pulls it around their face like a gas mask.
That I like how they say to a loved one. No, I wouldn't do that to a loved one.
Okay, truffle butter.
I've heard this one before, but I can't remember. Is it a like dick cheese? Like the stuff you get out of foreskin?
Kinda. Truffle butter is when you pull your dick out of the asshole and continue fucking her pussy, and the tan, buttery substance around her pussy is
Oh,
that shit's nasty.
Gross. That's so gross.
Ooh, this is a good one. The Massachusetts Slurpee.
Dude, I've heard all of these, but I can't remember what they are. Massachusetts Slurpee. Can you use it in a sentence?
Yo, dog, I got a hoe and plastic straw from McDonald's. What should I do? Try out a Massachusetts Slurpee, homie.
Oh, God. Is that where you cream pie her and then suck the nut out?
During intercourse, right before the girl climaxes, you whip out a straw and put it into her vagina. Once the straw is tightly shoved in, you start masturbating until you can perform a money shot into the straw, which funnels down into her vagina.
Wow.
I don't...
Wow.
Okay. That's interesting.
I can't do that. I don't know about you, but I've never been able to aim it.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it depends. It's very, varying amounts of pressure depending on...
It's it's a gamble. You either, shoot 8-foot rope and it's just a solid stream, or it's buckshot every time.
Yep. Or, if it's like one of them just routine ones, it might even be just a little dribble.
Yeah, just a little dribble.
It's like a...
when you didn't jack off hard enough, but you had to go night-night.
Right, like you jacked off just to get it over with.
Exactly. You weren't even in the mood. You just did it because it was a habit.
Right, yeah. All right, here we go. Queef greased. Queef greased. I couldn't believe it. She was relaxed, feet up to the ceiling, when suddenly she queef greased my pompadour. That's a shiny pompadour, dude.
Is it like she queefed and she excreted liquid?
Yes, actually, the material spewed out at light speed, in quotations, as a result of a vaginal fart. Although never subject to a thorough analysis, this material could be quite unpleasant, possibly toxic, and aesthetically repugnant or not. It It often renders the spewy confused, shocked, sexually ambivalent, or somewhat entertained.
Oh, that's I'll have to try to find it, but I want you to listen to it. Where some stand-up comedian was talking about the second orgasm spot for dudes in the booty hole.
Yeah, the prostate.
Yeah, and how his wife did it to him the first time, and like he was pretty much saying like how good of a nut it was,
Yeah.
and how a lot of guys like just aren't willing to try it. But the way he said it made it so much funnier because he was talking about like how he came so hard it shot through the drywall and he had to apologize to his neighbor.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
You saw that
stand-up,
one?
Yeah.
Yeah. Dude, when I first heard that, that was the funniest fucking thing on the planet.
Have you ever thought about exploring your booty hole?
I get really scared.
Yeah.
Like I don't feel
What's the
like
concern?
I don't feel like I'll it feels in my mind it feels unnatural.
Yeah.
Like I guess I don't want to say I think this way, but I feel like it's what's happening every time it comes up is like if I like shit in my ass, could I be bisexual?
No. And here's and I feel like I told you during my time with Taylor, we did stuff like that.
Yeah,
and
I understand, but just like the mindset.
It doesn't make
of
you
that.
bisexual.
It doesn't.
No. Do you have any sort of sexual attraction to a man?
I mean, if he's like Ryan Reynolds, yes.
Okay, I think there's a difference between like really wanting to be. You would never actually have sex with Ryan Reynolds.
Are
would
you kidding me? That'd be a great story.
Okay, well then you're you're bisexual then. I mean that's a simple answer.
Would you not fuck Elon Musk?
No, I would not fuck Elon Musk. I wouldn't fuck Ryan Reynolds. I wouldn't fuck Shaquille O'Neal. I wouldn't fuck a dude.
Arnold
period.
Schwarzenegger.
I mean, it's as simple as that. No, I wouldn't. Because I'm just in no way sexually attracted to a man. It's just not the way it is. Sure, I like when a female plays with my prostate. But that doesn't mean that I'm a homosexual. Yeah, just because I like when chicks do that. That doesn't. No, I think that's a very.
So it's safe for me to explore and still feel straight.
Exactly, I think it's annoying the stigmatism put around that because that's what gay dudes do. When homosexuals have sex, or at least two homosexual males, it's in the butt because that's how they can fuck each other. And so now it's just got this stigmatism around it that's what gay people do is they put things up their butt. Gay people like to have things in their butt. But in actuality, there are just all these men who are missing out on a very unique experience that they wouldn't have otherwise. I think if you find somebody that you trust and enjoy and are willing to be sexually exploratory with, yeah, I definitely would recommend giving it a go.
We
maybe have an anal night.
The official name of this segment is what was not mentioned in the Birds and the Bees.
Right. There's so much more. I mean, sex has evolved. It's no longer people cutting a hole in a sheet and fucking each other through it. It's one of the more beautiful parts of life, and I think people should enjoy it and not worry about what others will think. Because like I feel like a lot of sex nowadays, when you go meet up with some motherfucker on Tinder or whatever, it's usually very vanilla. It's very plain. It's very, which I mean, it's fine if that's what you want.
I was about to
But
say,
like,
is that allowed to be my jam? Because I feel like a very vanilla individual. Like I like, staring into her eyes while I dump my load inside her.
Interesting. Yeah, I never make full eye contact during orgasm. That just seems kind of weird to me, actually.
No, I make it outrageously intimate for no reason.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't ever really. I mean. Because there are some girls that will maintain eye contact with you, and
I hope my parents never hear that.
if she maintains eye contact with me, I can't look at her. Like somebody in the equation needs to be like closing their eyes and acting like they enjoy it.
Are you thinking that if they don't have their eyes closed at some point, they don't enjoy it?
No. Taylor was one of those chicks that would just like, she would make noises and enjoy it definitely, but she would just like look at me the whole time, and that was a little off-putting, especially given my personality with like this, my whole social, it's a,
I hear you.
right. So you get what I'm saying.
Yeah, yeah.
So it was a little weird, but it's like, if you're talking to somebody, like I'm sure you've had this happen, you meet somebody and they just maintain full full fucking eye contact with you the entire time you're having a conversation with you, and it's very intimidating and off-putting.
I was about to. That's actually something like I've wanted to talk to somebody about for a long time because I've noticed it about myself. Is when I'm talking to people, I don't look at them in the eyes, but I don't look away. I'm always staring at their mouth.
Interesting.
And I don't know if that's because I'm low-key hard of hearing, or if it's just because that's what's moving and that's what's distracting my eyes.
That could be it. I don't know. I always try to make direct eye contact with people, but I don't make continuous eye contact. It's like, it's one of the reasons that I don't enjoy, or I guess one of the factors of social anxiety, I guess, is I don't enjoy how much work, when you're in that kind of mindset of like, fuck, in that like kind of social anxious mood, you think about shit like that, and you think about, oh fuck, have I been looking at them in the eye for too long? Let me look away real quick and keep talking.
Mm-hmm.
And then, oh, I don't want to act like I'm, kind of weird and just looking off into the distance. So let me look back at them in the eye, and make sure I look at them in the eye for another 5 seconds. Okay, 5 seconds is good enough. Now let me look away and continue my thought, and it's a lot of work. It is a lot of work when you have those thoughts. But I just kind of like got rid of that. It's much easier when you just kind of get rid of that.
It's definitely a comfortability thing.
Because it's hard. It is
Yeah.
definitely hard. And even at the point where I'm at now, I've kind of defeated it. But it doesn't mean that when I'm talking to a really hot chick, I'm not sitting there thinking, trying to make sure that I'm like as normal as physically possible. Because even though I don't agree with them, I still have to conform to the fucking social standards and try and be a decent person. Because just because I think that way doesn't mean this chick that I'm talking to thinks that way. And I don't know, maybe that's the kind of chick that I need, and maybe I should approach every girl like that, and maybe that would help me find the one that I need. But who fucking knows? Because all I do know is that if I do it, it lowers my chances to find a girlfriend severely. So it sucks that a man can't act the way he wants to when attempting to locate a significant other.
I think one of the main issues that I have when searching for a significant other is my sense of humor is very dark and very sad. So, like, something rolls off, and to me, it's a joke. Like, I'll talk about my shitty childhood or something, and they'll be, like, concerned.
Yeah.
Like, I understand how someone could see that as a red flag, but I'm looking for someone that understands that that's what has happened to me to help develop the person I am now. If that makes sense.
Yeah, that's another thing that I agree with you on that. A lot of people okay, let me start with an example.
Okay.
A lady came into the shop and told me that a few years back her son had passed and just went silent.
What the fuck? That was like the first thing she said to you?
Right. Well, no. Okay, I shouldn't have worded that. One of the first things she said to me in the conversation we were having. So she came in and asked for her juice and whatnot, and I was talking to her about it, and she brought up she said, "Yeah, well, a few months ago, my son passed away," and just like stopped, and I realized quickly that she was looking for a reaction.
Yeah, she was fishing.
She was fishing for a reaction, and I'm like, dude.
Yeah, I don't
fucking care.
I don't fuck with people that fish. No.
I don't fucking care. Like, I don't. Go away. Here's your stuff. Go away. I'm not in the mood for shit like that. And it's done. It's okay. The point I was trying to get to is it's done. It's over with.
Yeah.
Move on. That's another big thing that people tend to struggle with is like they just hold on to shit forever.
That's
forever.
That's one thing I've been like trying to grasp. I think I do it well for the most part, especially like on this medication, how it's like toned down my reactions to shit overall is when things don't matter as much, life is a lot easier. But I
Right.
understand that like there's a big umbrella of shit that I have to take care of. I have responsibilities and stuff like that. But like, if I fuck up the tiniest little thing on the planet, it's not gonna ruin my life for like the next day or the next week or the next month. Like it's something bad happens now. I'm giving myself, like I got 50 more good years. you know?
Right.
Like I shouldn't let it hinder my next 50 years.
Should never let anything fucking stress you out to the point where you're not living your life to its fullest. It's only a small stepping stone in the fucking 1,000 stairs you take until eventually you fall off the top.
Mason, when you're editing at 1:33:30, I want you to know that was me farting.
Okay, good. I'll leave it in. I might actually turn it up
Okay,
in volume
all right.
on your end because I can edit your track specifically.
Because I
I'll
saw
crank that shit up.
I saw I made some noise. I'm excited to hear what it sounds like.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, I mean, honestly, the easiest way that I have found to live, and I don't know, part of me almost feels like it is almost a state of depression, because I have very little care in life. I really do. I care about a very small list of things. My family, my friends, the people who are close to me, the things that I'm going to do with my life, the things that I work on, my hobbies and whatnot. And it's a very small list. It truly is. So, when I get to the end of the day and I'm, tired of whatever I'm doing, sometimes it feels like it is too short of a list. And sometimes I feel like maybe the fact that I'm, not expanding that list at a constant rate means I'm not necessarily doing anything with my life. I don't really know. I have absolutely no idea, but I'm like complacent enough in the position that I'm at where I don't really care.
Yeah.
Which is like a weird state of depression for me almost. Almost like I know what I need to do to better my life, but I just like don't care enough to do it.
Because it seems manageable.
Right, I'm manageable. Like, right,
Yeah.
like what I've got in my life. If I could just make a little bit more money, I could live like this for the rest of my life. I could spend $5 a day on food, buying pasta sides and making peanut butter and jellies, and like I'm totally okay with that. And I just go to work and smoke weed and do the podcast and stream every night or whatever. Yeah, I could totally live like that for the rest of my life. I think that'd be totally. Well, not for the rest of my life, but for the rest of the foreseeable future, until maybe eventually I met a girl, and if it was at the time where I would have a kid, then yeah, I would start to pursue a much more bountiful career,
Yeah.
just to support my child, because if I were to have a kid, I'd want it to have the best life possible. I wouldn't want it to have any sort of hindrance in its life. As a parent, you're supposed to try and make your kids have a better life than you had. That should be every parent's goal.
Yeah.
And to teach your child the mistakes that you made in life,
All right,
but-
I got a question for you. I hate to interrupt your
Yeah.
thoughts. So, given your experience, what you've seen and what you know, if you could pick a reasonable number, being alone, how much would you want to make a year? Completely independent, completely on your own. What would be a good number?
like at end of the year after tax,
No, before tax.
before tax.
Yeah, just like the solid number.
I think completely alone, you can live quite comfortably off of $60,000 to $80,000 a year.
Okay, I agree with you. Now, if you were to have a family, what does that number need to be to you?
It needs to be like quadruple that. Your household income. Children are so fucking expensive.
I agree.
Like, here you go, violently expensive.
Yes.
Children are so fucking expensive. So yeah, I think a combined household income, you need to have like, I don't know, I think it should be a pretty standard $250,000 a year.
I was about to.
think.
Did you read that? Some fucking article I read like a week or two ago. I wanted to bring it up on one of the other podcasts, but I forgot about it. It was like a study on how the economy's tanking and how to have a normal life, like just the typical, like husband, wife, 2 kids, maybe a pet,
In a house.
yeah, in an average sized house, middle class shit. Like both parents are gonna have to work.
Yeah.
Due to the decline of the economy. It will be. I feel like within the next 20 years, maybe even sooner, it will be very rare to see a stay-at-home mom.
I probably, depending on the way the market goes, I don't think I'll buy a house within the next few years.
That was another thing I read, is how a lot of the people from our generation just aren't going to be able to afford a house.
Right, because the prices are. I saw a chart which was like the price had skyrocketed.
Yeah, it was like it was the average
market.
income for like the whatever American, and how it raised with inflation, and the average income only raised like what, $5,000.
Something, yeah.
And the average home cost over like the past 20 years just fucking like times 10.
It went from like 50,000 to like 500,000.
That's actually a really good point. I have something to add on to that. I saw my grandparents today, and my granddad was talking about how they bought a new car. He got my grandma some kind of like Lincoln SUV, and I get that. Nice. I get that Lincoln's a pricey brand, but they bought like the cheapest of the cheapest one, and he straight up said, you know, like that what we spent on the car was more than I spent on my first house.
Yeah. Dude, inflation, seriously, it's kind of like the economy will just eventually evaporate if we don't do something about it.
It's literally an issue, and the country just keeps putting ourselves in debt. I don't get how they say, dude, I believe in that, you know, no taxation without representation shit. Mm-hmm. That shit needs to come back. I feel like we're not being represented at all. I feel like we're being controlled.
Absolutely. I mean, you're looking at specifically the something that I deal with is the vaping industry. The taxes that they're attempting to push out. You're talking like $30 to fucking $40 extra for a bottle of liquid.
Really?
It's fucking insane, yeah.
That's ridiculous. Why wouldn't it just be regular sales tax?
There are multiple millions of lawsuits against the FDA right now from all these companies.
Having to do with what exactly?
So they basically required all vaping companies, all e-liquid companies, all those devices, anything that uses nicotine in them. So like the disposables and shit like that, you basically had to fill out a pre-market tobacco application, a PMTA, that would allow you to produce, that product. 6.5 million applications, I think, were submitted, and 6.5 million were denied.
Wow.
Only two were accepted. One was a blue vaporizer, which Blue is a company owned by Big Tobacco. Mm-hmm. And it was a cigarette vaporizer, which basically you take like a little stubby cigarette and you slide it into this vaporizer and it heats up the cigarette instead of burning it. So you only get 3,000 chemicals as opposed to 7,500.
Oh, that's cool.
Those are the only two applications that were approved.
That sounds very sketchy.
Right. So all this e-liquid, what we're vaping on right now, is illegal.
That's really cool.
Right. And so now all these vaping companies are having to move to tobacco-free nicotine, right? You've got to continuously find loopholes. It's what the vaping industry is good at this point. You've got all these large companies with millions of dollars in lawyers, and they're all like suing the shit out of the FDA because what they're doing is bullshit. I mean, you go to the United Kingdom, and in a hospital, they'll have a vape shop. They'll have a fucking vape shop in the hospital because it is scientifically proven to be 98.7% healthier than smoking.
Yeah.
Yet the government isn't making as much money as they are on vaping as they were on cigarettes. And so now they're noticing, well, fuck, we're not getting money from the healthcare industry because people aren't getting lung cancer. Why aren't people getting lung cancer? Oh, well, fuck, people aren't smoking cigarettes anymore. Yeah, we're not getting as much money from big tobacco industry anymore. What the fuck's going on? Oh shit, it's vaping? Ban it. Ban it.
Did you see?
Delete it all. Ban it.
I don't know if it got taken down, but there was some interview about some guy who served in the military for like 10 years right out of high school, and he was talking about how like once you join the military, it's pretty much guaranteed that you'll start smoking at some point.
Well, because there's nothing else to do. There's
No,
really
but like
nothing else.
they'll provide cigarettes for you.
Oh wow,
Yeah.
that's crazy to me.
Yeah.
That they would provide cigarettes. Why? Those are your.
That's what our
I guess
taxes
maybe
goes
it's
to, man.
yeah, because I know like I've seen MRE videos of like
Oh yeah, how
military
dog shit MREs are.
right, and some of those old school MREs would have a pack of cigarettes in them.
Yeah.
Like I mean, I get it back then, in that kind of stressful time, nicotine is very good at relieving stress, but it does kind of it has a downside as well where it creates an addiction your body didn't previously have.
Yeah.
So in a sense, it creates more stress than it gets rid of, honestly. And it's a weird it's a very weird drug. I would advise anybody who doesn't consume nicotine to stay away from it. As appealing as it may be and as tasty as that fucking Kang vape that your buddy gave to you to let you hit, that disposable, don't do it because it's so fucking expensive. It's such a fucking awful addiction. It really, really, really is. I enjoy it a lot, but it's because I'm violently addicted to it. I mean, I could drop it. Like I know we discussed this earlier, Nick, or no, I think we did discuss it on the podcast. Maybe that's why I remember it. But I can drop most addictions fairly easily. But
I
don't
have
know,
a
nicotine,
very
man, it's hard.
Yeah, I have a very addictive personality. I don't trust myself. Like I can't think about I would love to quit, but my brain keeps telling me like I like it too much. It's the same way
I mean,
it's the same way I feel about coffee, dude. Like I need coffee when I wake up.
it doesn't like, well, again, you're creating with that coffee, you're creating that addiction.
I know, but coffee is
Your
so
body's
good.
only because your body's addicted to it, and it gives you that dopamine you need.
I love it.
You're right, but you could get it in other ways. There are other healthier ways to get that dopamine to wake you up in the morning, like working out.
Well,
A
yeah.
lot of people do that. They wake up in the morning, they drink a shake, and then they work out, and that gets your blood pumping, that gets your heart racing. It's the same thing that coffee does. It raises your heart rate.
Well, do you
So
know what that shake actually is?
What, in the protein shake?
No. They don't drink a protein shake before they go to the gym. They drink a protein shake after the gym. What they drink before the gym is pre-workout, which has caffeine in it.
Oh yeah, I guess. Oh yeah, I guess you're right.
Boom, demolished. Get the fuck out of here.
Damn, dude. Damn.
I'm sorry. No. I hear what
Still
you're saying.
addictive.
I hear what you're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's still addictive. I don't.
It's creating a need that your body didn't have before. Now you need that cup of coffee every fucking morning.
But that's the thing that's hard for me to abandon is the mental state of where I have convinced myself I enjoy it because I'm addicted to it.
Why not
That's
just
what,
make a bet with yourself?
I'd lose.
That's what I do.
I'd cave.
Like you understand that it's willpower, right? And here's some tough love, but you're weak.
I am weak. I agree.
That's the simplest definition. And that to you, the knowledge of understanding the fact that you're weak, to me that pushes me. Knowing that I'm weak. Am I like I said the other, am I really going to be the fucking loser who can't go a month without jerking off? Like I made a bet with myself. Like it's not a joke. This is not a game. This is something I need to prove to myself. I know I'm addicted to this, and this is just, even if December 1st I'm going to go back and just and jerk off again, but this is just an expression of willpower, proving to myself that I can do it, giving myself confidence because I know that I can do it. I beat that urge. I'm realizing now that it's very satisfying to beat an urge.
I hear you.
When you
I
really
agree.
back up from doing something you really shouldn't.
Or the
fully.
the dopamine acquired once achieving a goal.
Right. You replace that addiction that you had from that substance or that action with the addiction of success.
With the payout of dopamine.
Right, the dopamine, the success dopamine, which is a much healthier dopamine.
Mm-hmm.
That should be the dopamine you're chasing. The dopamine from completing a task, from being successful.
A reward.
That's the dopamine that's the dopamine that should drive you. A legitimate reward, something you work towards.
Exactly.
Jerking your dick off is not a job.
A reward instead of a pre-ward.
Exactly. There you go. Right. How can you have any pudding if you don't eat your meat? How can you have any pudding if you don't eat your meat?
Is that from something? Because you said it, my brain went, that's the stupidest fucking thing I've ever.
Pink Floyd, The Wall.
Oh, see, that's my thing is I don't listen to Pink Floyd.
You stand still, laddie. Yeah, that's
Is it like Irish sailing music?
You don't listen to Pink Floyd? Wait, have you never really listened to Pink Floyd?
I've never listened to a Pink Floyd song.
Oh my goodness, Nicholas. That is actually very exciting to hear. I would love. Wow. We should hang out. I feel like for you to truly appreciate it though, I don't know. It's like
we got a trip.
Exactly. For me, either we have to trip or you need to get really, really high and just like start an album and just lay in your bed until you fall asleep.
That's something
like
that I don't do
headphones
enough, that I want to do like a lot more. I think we talked about it on a earlier episode, but like I would love to just like get high and listen to music, but I always end up doing something else.
I mean, I love it. I really do. It's one of those things when I have nothing to do and there's nobody on, I'll just open up Spotify and just listen to music, and I'll just lay back in my chair with my eyes closed and just listen to music and enjoy it, analyze it, listen to, because when you listen to a lot of these tracks, there's so much going on. If you're just listening to it in the background or like as background music to a task you're mainly focusing on, you're not seeing the full picture. You're not getting every instrument. That's one of my favorite parts about Pink Floyd, and one of the reasons that I fell in love with them when I found them was I could listen to this album multiple times over and over, and I could find and hear things that I didn't hear the first, second, third, fourth time that I listened to it, because it's so complex. There's so much going on. Their music has so much depth. And it really produces emotion, produces quite a bit of emotion if you really like kind of get into it and see the and not just look at the bigger picture, but the facts that make it up. Yeah, their music is killer, bro.
Okay, well, I wouldn't say a music fancy. I'm trying to figure out this word. I like music. I think I like music more than the average music enjoyer, because I'm one of those people that like I have to understand the meaning of a song.
Yeah.
I can't just go, ooh, this sounds really good.
Yeah, so then you'd love Pink Floyd.
Okay, all right.
That's their whole. I mean, it's old school. It's 60. It's like late 60s and 70s is when some of their greatest music came out.
Really?
They had some stuff in the early 80s. What were you going to say?
I actually didn't realize they were that old.
They're old. They're old school. They are. They're in that golden era of music, and they were like some of the pioneers of the psychedelic music, like the psychedelic rock.
So music for
acid
hippies.
rock, or I don't know what the fuck. Pretty much, yeah. It's the kind of shit that there's a song called Time in the album Dark Side of the Moon. I think it's Dark Side of the Moon. I always get them fucking mixed up because I used to listen to them back to back on repeat. But the song starts off with just this light ticking, like tick, 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 tick.
That's freaky.
Tick. And then you get like multiple ticks coming in. All these ticks start coming in. And then out of nowhere, these alarms, these alarm clocks start going off. Ding, 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 it's out of nowhere. And it knocks you off your feet. If you're sitting there fucking tripping out and you just heard like this 15 minutes of psychedelic music, and then it just fades out to silence. And then all of a sudden these fucking, clocks start going. Yeah, it's crazy. The shit that they do with their music, some of the the sounds they use, the
All right, if I was tripping, I feel like that'd freak me out.
dude. No, it's really cool. Yeah, it is a little startling, but when you know it's just music. I mean, I would love to, and something I've yet to do, to this day is I would love to make a playlist of my top 4 Pink Floyd albums, put them together, take a bunch of acid, and just spend an entire day painting and listening to Pink Floyd and just like painting what I feel.
That's something I struggle with, and I think it's a lazy factor. But I just like I know what songs I like what songs I like, but I can never make a playlist.
So for me, it's entirely emotion based. The music I want to listen to entirely depends on the mood and emotions I'm feeling at the time.
Mm.
I don't think it's whether or not I enjoy a song. I can enjoy a song at one point in my life and fucking hate it at another point.
I agree.
I can go
with
to bed. I can be really sad at 8:00 at night and listen to a song and then listen to it tomorrow morning and I'm just not feeling it. It's just no longer good. So for me, I make playlists specifically for emotions, the way I'm feeling. Like I have a driving playlist of music I like to drive to when I'm just like wanting to vibe, and it's called Drive Like the 90s.
Ooh.
You know, it's just got like and I've got a sad playlist that I called It's Okay to Cry.
Nice.
Yeah. Right. So for me personally, I don't group music together of like, oh, this is a playlist of a bunch of songs that I like, but more of this is a playlist of songs that I would like to listen to when I'm feeling this particular emotion.
That's a helpful way of thinking about it. I think that's probably what I struggled with, was how to organize them.
Yeah, because some songs have a completely different vibe.
Yes.
You know, and they could be 2 songs on the exact same album. You know, like Joji, for instance, he's got a lot of music that, you know, is quite sad. And then you'll go to a different track and it's, you know, I'm a pretty boy living on the west side.
Yeah.
You know, fucking out of nowhere. And it's a completely different vibe. So it's like, you know, I'm feeling sad. Let me play this Joji song, and then it goes to that one.
Yeah.
And it's just, it feels wrong. It feels off. It doesn't feel right. And then you got to spend time. Yeah. So I like to make the playlist for the emotions. Yeah.
I feel like I wish I could clean wipe my Spotify account.
Yeah. Would you want to? Because I really like going back to those, your top songs of like 2015, 2016.
I wish they would keep those, but the algorithm didn't.
I see what you're saying. Like what it thinks you want to listen to.
Yeah.
Yeah, mine's kind of fucked up because I used to play a lot of music in the Discount Tire back room for like 8 hours at a time. And it was usually just the early 2000s pop rock playlist. So Spotify thinks I fucking love early 2000s pop rock.
Yeah.
Which I do, but it's not what I want to listen to all the time.
Well, like back in like middle school and high school, my jam was like EDM, dubstep, and like whatever rap was popular. And now I don't listen to EDM that much. I don't listen to dubstep like at all. And all the rap songs that are coming out now that are considered popular, dude, they sound fucking terrible. I don't understand how these normal people can like these rap songs, because they just don't. They don't fucking make sense. If one's got a nice beat, I'll give it a chance. But like other than that, it's literally like it sounds like gibberish.
That's what it mainly is. It's all about the beat. It's all about the bass. It's all about the fucking the catchy jingle,
booty shaking music.
Right. They need that booty bopping music because it
needs to be popular on TikTok.
Yeah, it needs the trend. It needs to be.
Trend.
It's all about making the next viral hit. Right. It's not about making music to make music anymore. It's about what's going to make me the most money, what's going to get me the most views, what's going to get me the most clicks and likes.
I feel like that's definitely what happened to like people that are way more popular. Like Kanye is a completely different story. We're going to exclude Kanye from this because Kanye kind of does his own thing.
He might even been mind controlled, you know, who knows?
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. But like Drake, Taylor Swift, Those are the examples I'm thinking of right now. Like they both started off. I'm not gonna shit on Taylor Swift because I like her earlier songs.
Right.
I'm not gonna completely deny that. I'm not gonna shit on Drake because I like his earlier songs. I'm not gonna shit on Kendrick Lamar because I liked his earlier songs. But the fact that like as soon as I feel like it was a change for everybody around the same time. Like if you were this certain level of popular, you automatically hit that phase where you don't make the music you want to make anymore. You know what your target audience is at that point.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does. It definitely does. I mean, there's always that, and I don't think it's necessarily the artist, but there's always that kind of dilemma, I guess, in every artist's career.
I was about to say, I'd feel like artist, content creator, whatever term you want to use.
Any entertainer, whatever you want to call it, where they have developed this large audience around something that they're known for, and they want to branch out, and sometimes they end up getting a negative reaction. And they end up just sticking with what they know, and instead of doing what they're passionate about and what they love, they stick with what makes the money. That was something. That was something I was talking about. I can't remember with who, but it was about streaming.
Mm-hmm.
It was about it was with my sister last night. She stopped by from college. We were out smoking, and I was telling her that all these streamers and some of the reason and the reason I didn't go back is because you get stuck in your category.
Yeah.
You know, I started streaming Realm of the Mad God, which is like an old browser game from 2010 that I used to play as a kid. And I would pull, 30 to 50 viewers when I would play that sometimes. My average viewership was usually in the 20s when I'd play Realm. And then any other game I played, I'd get like 2 to 5.
Yeah.
So I had this moral dilemma where it's like I don't really want to play Realm every day, but it's what I'm getting the most numbers from, and it really made me want to. Dude, look at this. Sorry, I just got completely off track. It's the little arm, but you see how it glows, kind of.
I do see that. It's because it's silver and it's reflecting all the light from your case.
Right, it looks like it's RGB. Sorry, I just completely lost my train of thought over a fucking piece of metal.
That's
a
cool.
Shiny piece of metal.
That's cool.
Okay, maybe that means we should end it. What are we at now? Oh yeah, we actually crossed over
we actually
mark.
did pretty good for not having planned whatever the fuck we were going to talk about. But
yeah,
to wrap up your thought, I can understand that from a business person's standpoint. But what I was trying to get to is a lot of the music I listen to is underground, not super popular stuff because I want to hear like what the artist has to say, if that makes sense. I feel like a lot of the more popular people are just doing whatever the fuck, as we talked about, because they're money hungry and it makes the most money. But if you dig a little deeper and find somebody that's not listened to a lot, you're going to get like pure emotion, pure talent, all that stuff. That's what I'm interested in.
Right. Well, because they don't have this big fucking record label or producer over them telling them exactly what they need to fucking produce to make the most amount of money.
Exactly.
Right? You're just getting raw fucking talent. Yeah.
Just like here on the Anxiety Pool podcast.
At anxietypool.com. Monday through Friday, 8 to 7.
In Gwinnett, Marietta, and Kennesaw.
Bringing it back, looping it back to the fucking Shane Company reference. That's beautiful. All right, man. Anything you want to hit up? Any last topics before we get out of here?
How about us? How have we grown recently?
I don't really know about growth.
Did we get some additional viewership, some subscribers, some?
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, let me. I don't think we got any new followers here on the SoundCloud, but that's okay. Let me check the YouTube here real quick. I mean, we're definitely out of that honeymoon period. There's always that difficult period where you've listed. We've now put up 5 podcasts. This would be the 6th one now.
Yeehaw.
And we've got some really consistent numbers on episode 1 and 2, and then they kind of trail off, which is okay. Those were the few people that we told, but that's it's always difficult to stay strong when the viewership ain't adding up. But you just gotta keep with it, stay consistent, keep moving.
I agree. Very glad we're still doing this.
Yep, just gotta keep doing it no matter what.
Because
you never. Even if it doesn't get popular, at least we're having fun doing it.
Yeah, I like it. It's even though we play games together sometimes and we text and talk on the phone, this is more of like a where we hit specific things that we want to talk about, because we're not doing like other shit in the background. Like, we're specifically talking to each other.
Yeah. Well, I say that we actually have 5 new subscribers on the YouTube, which is pretty cool.
I'm wondering, can you see who they are?
Let me see.
Like, is there a list?
I think there actually is. Maybe it's like, let's see, my channel. I don't know. Keep chatting while I do this.
We are producing a album cover, a logo, if you will, something that we're gonna stamp on everything as like our brand. It's currently in the works. I don't know that much about it, but I know we're working on it. We, as in Mason, I'm sure he's gonna do a great job. It might be made in MS Paint. We don't know yet. Other than that, Mason looks like he's multitasking.
I can't. Yeah, I know there's somewhere to do it. You know what? On the next episode, write this down. On the next episode, we should, if I can figure it out, let's thank the
thank subscribers.
Thank the subscribers. Yeah.
Okay. Let's see.
Yeah, because we got 17 viewers over the last over these. I've only got 2 of the podcasts uploaded on the YouTube right now. All right, well, fuck. Let's end this.
Sorry. I was typing. All
right, thanks, guys. Really appreciate everybody listening and hanging out with us. If you got any feedback, let us know. Post it down in the comments on YouTube, SoundCloud, or whatever. If you're on Spotify, which we're still not there yet as of this recording date, but send us an email. You can check us out on anxietypool.com. And there is a box where you can shoot us your questions, and we'll be happy to chat with you about them.
Ooh, that was nice. That was aesthetically pleasing. Was that ASMR?
I don't know, dude. I think I think that's it.
Yeah, you're right. We're done.
Yeah.
Goodbye, everyone. We love you. Thank you.
Love you.
Yep. Thanks for listening.
Kisses.
Time for the awkward head out.
Okay.
3, 2, 1. Stop recording.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.
Yep.